Good morning, everybody. Happy Cyber Monday. I hope you all had a great holiday and had lots of turkey and lots of other food. I know I did, and I know I spent a lot of time in the gym working it off. So I think I did okay. Only the scale will know. But today, I wanted to finally get around to building my burger time. I picked up burger time, as some of you know. I picked up Burger Time 3 or 4 weeks ago, about an hour away from where I live. Couldn't believe it. Incredible deal. Picked it up. Did notice some damage to the box. Didn't look to be that major when I picked it up. But when I got it home, I thought, I'm going to unbox this thing right away just to see if the side panels incurred any damage. And well, yes, I did get some damage. I've documented it well on this channel. If you've seen some of my pictures that I've posted, it's very disappointing, but it is mine. So I gave it a little love. I haven't ever done a cabinet repair before. So I went ahead and did it as best as I could. I wanted to shore it up. So when I put it together, it would be stronger and be able to support being put together. So I added some wood glue to basically bond the internal parts of the wood together. And then I applied some Bondo. I watched a lot of YouTube videos on the process of wood repair, and made a few trips to the hardware store. And then I applied the Bondo. I will say at the outset, I'm not the most patient guy in the world. I usually hire people to do stuff for me because what happens is I get frustrated and I usually screw up whatever it is I'm working on. I could have used somebody to do the yard work last week too. But anyway, did the Bondo. I let that cure for a couple of days, let it set. And then this weekend, I actually had a 6-day weekend. So I'm on vacation the next couple of days. So I have time to putz around. I got my Christmas decorations up. I did one final yard cleanup before we got hit with some snow yesterday. I'm really happy I did that because I got 9 bags of leaves up. So one of the things I did was I took the panel up to the garage and sanded it down as smooth as I could get it. And I then had an issue with the panel where I was going to reapply and preserve the molding. And well, stupid me, having very little work with super glue, decided to, put a little on there and then try to press it, back into place. Well, that's when I started to get super glue all over the place, and I got it on my hands. I put gloves on after I took care of the glue on my hands. I put gloves on and tried to go back, and then, well, guess what? Don't use blue surgical gloves when applying super glue, because you know what's going to happen? The blue gloves are going to rip apart and get stuck to the molding, and that's exactly what happened. So what I wound up doing was cutting the section of molding off that was bad. So it's in the back. It's not, nobody's really going to see it. So eventually, will I fix it? If I ever decide to sell this cabinet, which I probably won't, but if it ever comes to that, I'll probably go out and try to find some replacement molding for it. And probably see if I can get the artwork redone. Because right now, after I got the bonding sanded down, I went ahead and applied some Rust-Oleum paint that I tried to match it as closely as I could. I did some Googling. Google actually told me a suitable paint replacement for the Burger Time cabinet. I was surprised by that, but I actually found it. They offered up Marigold, but I actually went one down from that, down in tone, and I can't remember the exact name of it. But so I applied that paint. I applied 3 coats of paint, and after let that settle for a day or two. So here we are today. I'm at home. I just spent 3 hours in the gym doing a chest workout and some running. So since I don't have any yard work to do, I don't have any chores that I need done today, I'm back in the arcade today. Believe it or not, I haven't spent much time at all in this arcade lately, and it's disappointing because this place holds a lot of nostalgia for me. This used to be my workout room, as I've said before. I kept the flooring, but I just built out my arcade because I was running out of room upstairs. And yeah. Anyway, so I'm going to switch camera angles here, and then I have my table set up behind me. The Burgertime stuff is sitting on a table, ready to go. And you can kind of see right there where that blue LED is. That's my Simpsons. And I'm going to flip that one around facing this. I don't have my camera orientation down yet. I'm going to flip it around to face this general direction. And then I'm going to put Burgertime, what I call my 80s row, which is where most of my 80s stuff is. So the Burgertime is going to be facing out. The damaged panel will be facing that outer wall. So walking into the arcade, nobody's going to see that damage. If you walk around my arcade, like in front of that TV where the fireplace video is playing, you will see it. It kind of looks okay. Take a look at my pictures that I've posted previously in the page. If you look at it close up, yeah, it probably looks kind of sad for a first repair, but I'm kind of proud of myself for what I did. Will I get better? Hopefully not. I hope to not have to learn that lesson because I expect these panels to be complete and intact. So in just a moment, we'll get up and we'll start building this thing. Oh, hi, Real Mafia. Yeah, actually, a few of my cabs are. The T2 behind me will be. I have the Buy Stuff Arcades package coming. I have the Retro Shooter package in-house already. And I'm actually going to change the T2 artwork. I'm going to change the control panel and the marquee as well. And I'm also getting a 19-inch monitor upgrade for that. So that's my winter project. Eventually, when my Buy Stuff order comes, I'm ready to go with that. Other than that, the Star Wars pinball is modded. The Tron, that you can see right there, that's modded. I have Tulsa Arcade's S-Panel mod, and I also have Tulsa Arcade's riser panel mod, LED mod. I love those. The S-Panel mod on the Tron is a must-have. I recommend it for anybody, and I believe I don't know if this sale has ended, but he was running a sale this past weekend on his stuff. I plan on documenting the mod to the T2. Whether it will be live, I don't think it'll be live because I think it's going to take me some time especially with the artwork. I kind of take my own sweet time with the artwork. And like I said earlier, I kind of lose patience with stuff. This I cannot lose patience with. You can't. My orientation is terrible. You can't really see it, but the Legends pinball over there on the end, that has new artwork on it. It has Metallica artwork, actually. So I did that for my gal. She's a big Metallica fan. I am too, but she's the biggest. She's been with them from the beginning. So that's pretty much her pinball machine. Other mods, I have an ALU right over here. that has a bit LCD. Love that thing. The ability to change out the marquee for every game you select. And I have CoinOpsX on it as well. Mods. I do have a 19-inch monitor replacement in the Golden Tee, which you can't see. It's off screen. The Golden Tee 3D that had a terrible monitor in it. It's well documented on the internet. Yeah, it's and then I have one of Joe Szabo's marquees for Tempest, which is behind the T2. You can't see it, but I highly recommend Joe Szabo. He makes great stuff. I meant to get out there on his website yesterday to pick up some stuff for additional marquee replacements. I want to replace my Star Wars marquee, and I would like to replace my Dig Dug. There's a Dig Dug on the other side there too that I'd like to change. I also did a monitor swap on the Dig Dug. Pinball mod. Yeah, if you're referring to Team Encoder, yes, that's the mod I have on there. And believe it or not, my favorite game that I got on there is South Park. I don't know. That and Family Guy, those two pinball games I really love. What else? Oh, I have a Marvel countercade, which is kind of sitting on the floor right now. And that also has an encoder mod on it. I love that thing. I'm probably going to take it to work and keep it on my desk at work. So I have something to do on breaks and lunch. And, but yeah, so the pinball mod, no, because when I did that mod, I'm still not very big on YouTube. I'm just starting. I'm not comfortable in front of a camera yet. I'm trying to get there. Your professional YouTubers out there, your B-Kongs and your P-Dubs and Michael B, 19K Fox, all of them, I give them credit, because sitting here in front of a camera and trying to produce a show once or twice a week, every week, that's a lot. And like I said, I haven't been down in this arcade at all, very infrequently, for at least a month. And it's kind of disappointing. I miss this place. I love hanging out in it. It's very nostalgic for me to come down here. The pinner mod, for disclosure, I'm in IT. So the pinner mod for me was very simple to do. I will say, that's something you should really do a lot of reading on, and they've documented that process pretty thoroughly. So on his website, but for me, it is rather simple. But I'm used to working with technology. I've been in IT for almost 40 years now. So, just to let you know, I am going to be adding to this arcade. Good morning, Gotham. It's good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. So today being Cyber Monday, I did what a lot of people do in this community is I went out to several websites just to see if anything had changed. And I did notice there were a couple of things that had moved in price, but not anything earth-shattering or anything that made me pull the trigger. I had 2 cabinets in mind that I wanted to pick up if they went on sale, and I did that, and so mission accomplished. So just pulling it up here. These are the 2 cabinets I picked up. I picked up the last week. I picked up these are both from Kohl's. So I picked up the Yoga Flame, and I want to mod that. So I'm going to do that. But that's one of the reasons I got it. First of all, I actually love this artwork. I'm not a big fighter guy. Not big on fighting games. I love playing them. They're fun, but I'm no good at it. So if you tried to if you tried to challenge me in an online tournament or online game match, you'd win because I suck at fighting games. I admit it. But I love this cabinet. I love the artwork, and I don't have a Capcom in my collection here. So I figured, why not? So I bought that, and I got the Kohl's Cash. Got $105 of Kohl's Cash with that purchase. And then today, I wanted to see, before I made my second purchase, I wanted to see what the Cyber Monday deals were like. And since nothing really moved, my other goal was to get Miss Pac-Man back in my arcade. I had an original blue Miss Pac-Man, and that was actually my gal's, but I wound up selling it with my Pac-Man legacy. And I missed having Miss Pac-Man. And I'm also a big Galaga fan. So I got the Class of 81 Deluxe, and that's my first Deluxe that I have in the arcade. So today I pulled the trigger on the Class of 81 Deluxe, applied my Kohl's Cash, and with that, it brought the cabinet down just below $300. And turned around and got $75 more Kohl's Cash to use, which I'm going to use for Christmas gifts. So I like Kohl's when it comes to shopping for Arcade1Ups, because when the deals happen and the Kohl's Cash happens, in my opinion, there's no better place to buy an Arcade1Up. Kohl's is the place to go because you could turn around and spend that money again. So let's look at the chat. Burger Time. Yes, that's the reason I'm streaming this morning, Gotham. I'm actually going to assemble live the Burger Time. I did mention earlier in the stream that I made repairs to the panel that was damaged. And so I'm actually going to put it together. I bought it new in box, but the box was damaged and there was damage to one of the panels. And so I had to fix that. And it wasn't an easy process, but I got it to a point where I can at least put the thing together now and enjoy it. So I'm going to do that. Total number of cabs. Oh gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm up to 16 now. At one point, I think I was up to 22. I've sold some, and with these two pickups, it'll probably be close around 18. I've done several builds, but I've sold many cabs to good people, and I used to have more than one head-to-head, but I got rid of it because it was just taking up too much space in here. Yoga. Well, Gotham, I hear you, but I'm not a big on fighting games, so I don't think I'd miss it too much. Big Blue, I think, is a beautiful cabinet as well, but I don't have very much nostalgia for it, and I think Yoga Flame just looks much better in my opinion. So I think I'll be fine with it. So that's the deals that I jumped on today. If you got any deals, I'd love to hear about them. Next cabs, what am I looking for in the future? I mentioned this to PD7 this morning. The next cab I would love to add is Big Buck Hunter. I would love to the deluxe version, not the existing standard version. I would love to have that cab. I would love to put T2 and Big Buck Hunter kind of catty corner from one another in the front of my arcade. And the reason why I would say front is because there's plenty of room up here to stand and shoot. And but Big Buck Hunter, I told PD7 this morning, I want to see if that goes on sale. And he did point out to me that HSN is running a deal on Big Buck Hunter to get it down with their promotions and percentages. You can probably get that for $480 right now. That's still a little high for me. I'm trying to control my spending. Last year, I bought 7 cabs. I bought 7 cabs, and that's both Arcade1Up and at games. So I'm trying to take it easier this go around. Uh, so with these 2, I think I'm done. Unless some incredible, like a 199 deal popped up, and it's a cab I didn't have, and a cab I thought I would be a great addition to the arcade, I'd grab it in a heartbeat. So, yeah, these 2 I think I'm going to live with for now. And I say for now because never say never, because the deal could happen, right? Yeah. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Retro 530. I was going to take a picture. I have so many things that I haven't unboxed yet, and I plan to do either live streams or recorded videos. I have the Retro 530 right here. I have the Retro 530 coin door that I'm going to put on my Tempest, my Atari Legacy cabinet. I hate that printed coin door. It's one of the reasons I was okay with getting rid of my Pac-Man Legacy because of the printed coin door. So I'm going to replace the printed coin door with a molded coin door from Retro 530, and it's also LED lit. So that's going to be a project this winter. Other projects I have sitting over there is the GRS Build-A-Cade. I bought that, and I've got the last piece of the puzzle that I needed to put all that stuff together. I have my Pi. I have my power cord for the Pi. I got artwork for the GRS Build-A-Cade. I bought some Donkey Kong art, and I just got that the other day, and I was hoping to get it done over this vacation period that I was in, but no, with between yard work, working out, doing things with the gal, family just gets, you're just spending time with family. That's the way it should be, really. So I've been spending time with her as much as I can this weekend, and we're gonna go see the Hunger Games tomorrow. But the other project I have is, I already mentioned, the retro shooter modification to T2, which I have a kit coming from Buy Stuff Arcades. I went all in for the kit. I got new artwork coming. I got the full control panel replacement coming. I got the 19-inch monitor coming, and I already have the retro shooter kit, so I'm good to go there. But that's my major winter project this year. So, okay. Now that I've talked about a bunch of stuff, as you can see there's the table that I used to build my Arcade1Ups. Now, I will use the table. I'm up there in age a little. I'm not old, but I'm past middle age now. So I use a table for like the riser builds, but and I haven't had the class of 81 will be my first deluxe. So we'll see how the deluxe goes. But for the XLs, I have to build it from the floor because those suckers are so bulky and so they're heavier. So putting them on a table just doesn't make much sense. You can kind of see on that top panel there is that top panel is my damaged panel. And if you look kind of towards the bottom and the back of the panel, you'll see a yellow spot. That's the spot that was damaged and I had to touch up. Got them the side panel I repaired with, first I started with wood glue wood glue to bond the wood a little tighter so that it would just add some reinforcement and strength to the damaged area. And then I got some 2-part Bondo. And when I say 2-part, it means it comes with the Bondo material, and then there, on top of it, there's a glue, or what do they call that? Bonding adhesive, I think is what they call it, that you add to it and mix it. And then you smooth it around the area, and you just, for me, I just caked it on there. I wanted to, make sure I covered all the areas. And then what I did after that was I sanded it down smooth, as smooth as I could get it. And then I painted it with Rust-Oleum, Rust-Oleum paint, gloss paint from Walmart. And it actually looks pretty good. It doesn't, I mean, it's not perfect. And if you looked at it close up, you would notice it. Like from afar though, it looks okay. I mean, if I can get the cabinet together, I don't care. As long as I can enjoy it. Karate Champ is one of my favorite games of all time. I grew up with that game in the arcade. It was at my place of employment when I first started working back in the 80s. And so I played a lot of Karate Champ, and I do have some nostalgia for Burger Time as well. So I'm glad I was able to get this cabinet. So anyway, let's get started. I'm going to switch camera views, and I'm going to switch microphones. All this tech. Like I said, I'm in IT, so I love playing with new tech. So the idea of streaming appealed to me, but do I stream much? No. There are plenty of guys out there that do all the streaming that do a much better job than I ever would. So for me, it's just about having fun and playing with new toys. I almost bought a Stream Deck today. I could have had it shipped and been at my house by 7 a.m. this morning, because that's a current deal on Amazon. And I'm like, but I don't really stream every day. So, but the tech part of me, the IT person says, but it's a new toy to play with. Get it. I had it in my cart. I ordered it. I got on the treadmill, and I'm like, do I really need to make that expense right now? So I canceled the order. So right now I don't have a Stream Deck coming. I do want to, I don't know. The day's not over yet. I might still jump on that deal because, winter's setting in and I need stuff to play with. So we'll see. Anyway. All right. So I got my little microphone here. Switch views. Oh, where's the view I had set up for this? Oh, I'm on the view I set up for this. Oh. I just realized I didn't have an audio source going. Oops. Anyway. Okay, so Gotham, it is a Stream Deck on Amazon. It's for $119, I believe, is the sale. It's regularly about $149, $150. It's the 16 button version, I believe. It just looks like a fun toy to play with. Whether I actually use it in a stream, I don't know. I do have a multiple camera setup, so it probably help out there, because right now I'm kind of fishing for the OBS scenes that I pre-set up. So, all right. I was going to bring a cloth down here to wipe this down, because when I sanded it, I got dust all over it. So anyway, this is the certificate of authenticity. I still have it in the bag, but the Burgertime Certificate of Authenticity. Let's see if you can see that. It's cabinet number 1802. I plan to get a frame for this and display it eventually. We'll put that over there for safekeeping. Now, I don't know about you, but I kind of have a process for this when I build these things. The other side panel also incurred a little bit of damage, but it didn't damage the artwork, so I didn't worry about it. I don't know what happened to this thing when I bought it off a guy, like I said, about an hour away. And yeah, so, and he sold me the cab for $600, which for a Burgertime, as you know, is a great deal. Before I start, I start a hyper time-lapse recording. Hyperlapse. All right. So the hyperlapse recording is going, and I like to post those videos later to the hyperlapse. If you look at I have a playlist of all of my cabinet builds that I like to put together. Just so you get a different camera view. All cameras. So I have a camera in the back of my arcade that's looking at some of my other stuff. You can see the Atari Legacy, the Dig Dug, and then the Joust there, and then that's my Simpsons in there. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna flip that Simpsons around, and I'm gonna put the Burgertime where the Simpsons is when I'm done building. Go back to that view. All right, parts. There it is. I'll set the stuff I don't need right now off to the side. Oh, that's interesting. They put all the riser parts in one separate bag. I've never seen that before. I'm going to need my glasses for this evolution. I'm blind as a bat without them. All right. I don't need the power right now. So we'll set that over here. We got A. We got B. Spare parts, don't need that. I have such a huge spare parts collection. It's ridiculous. I hope I have all the parts for this. If not, I got plenty of spare parts, right? I'm kind of not seeing the chat, so I have to walk over here every now. Pong pub table. Well, Pong pub table, I would have loved to have had that, but it was too much. I bought the Pong head-to-head because it was I bought it during last year's binge. I think I only paid $199 for it. So it was a deal. I couldn't pass it up. And with the money I saved, I bought 2 Pong chairs. That's interesting. I've never seen Arcade1Up. This must be true of earlier gen cabinets where they separated the riser parts. But yeah, the Pong, I would love to have a head-to-head. And I would love to have a pub table, but I already have this one, and it's fine. It does what I need it to do. All right. Yeah, $199. Last year, as I previously mentioned, last year was like a banner year for me in purchasing 1-ups. I bought like 7 things between them and At Games. All right. So boxes. I kept everything in the box, aside from control panels, undoing those. Everything is still in its wrapping. I didn't take anything out. And then I did kind of inspect, like I wanted to look at the control panel to see if it had any damage, and it didn't. So thankful for that. The gentleman I bought this from, like I said, an hour away. And they were selling, they had a couple of things in box. They had an original Turtles cabinet. They were also selling, in addition to this Burgertime, and his goal was to start setting up his own basement arcade like most of us have. And well, he had an unfortunate series of incidents that it sounded like that, and it culminated with the death of his mother. So recently. So I'm going to guess that he needed to raise some funds for that, and I gained a Burgertime cabinet because of it. Now, could I have gone back to him and said, "Look, this cabinet had damage. Can you give me a little bit of a price break?" Maybe I could have pressed the issue, but the guy's going through enough. And I'm not going to say how, but I did independently verify that he's telling the truth about his mom. And if you'd have seen the guy, you'd have understood. He was just miserable, and I felt bad for him. So I took the cabinet off of his hands, and I'm not displeased. I'm disappointed. Who wouldn't be, opening that box and pulling out that panel and seeing that damage? I did not like that. But we deal with what we've been dealt with. And I'm going to assume this is the monitor assembly and other parts. I've been looking for this cabinet for a while. There was one in the Milwaukee area last year that guy wanted like $750 for it, and I wasn't going to pay that much. And I realize these cabinets are going, if they're pretty mint, they're going for like between $800 and $1,000. But yeah. We got your sound, we got your marquee. And the monitor assembly. There's another panel in here. Oh, the kick plate. I mentioned earlier that I tend to hire people to do stuff for me because I get frustrated. Building Arcade1Ups, to me, is kind of therapeutic, actually. I know it's weird to say that, but that's part of at least my addiction to having these cabs is the build process. I like building them. So if anybody in the Milwaukee area needs a cabinet built, I'll be happy to build it for you. It's just a fun process. Have I had cabs that I've not really liked building? I think the winner of that competition is Tron. It's either Tron or T2, one of the two. It's a little bit more of a complicated build. And here we have the Burgertime monitor display. Uh-oh. Bezel is cracked. Oh, I'm seeing this little, you're seeing this live for the first time. The bezel is cracked. Oh man, it's not bad. It's not around a screw or anything. Let's see if I can. So I don't know if you can see it. Hang on. Right here, you see that crack? Oh, that's all right. It just adds to the personality of the cabinet, I guess. I mean, if I ever decide to sell this, I ain't gonna be able to sell it for $800, that's for sure. BOE monitor, that's good. Gotham interviews, joining streams and stuff. I've been invited to go on other people's streams. Well, actually, I've only been invited once, or the offer was made. But honestly, my schedule, I go to bed at 7 o'clock every night and get up at 2 a.m. to work out. And then I go to work, then I come home, eat dinner, then go to bed. The cycle repeats. I just don't have much time for. I don't join live streams because most of the streamers, the popular streamers in this space, are streaming late at night, and I'm just not up. All right, so there's the kick plate. No coin door, obviously, because it's an earlier generation cabinet. That's okay. It's not that upsetting to me. I would prefer to have a coin door, but for this cabinet, I'm not upset about it. Well, I can't return it because it was bought off. I bought it off Marketplace, and I already contacted 1UP about getting a new panel just to replace it rather than have to deal with fixing it. And 1UP said they don't have any parts for Burgertime anymore. So I have no place to return it to. I can't take it back to that dude. I'm just going to deal with it. And just call it unique and take care of it as best as I can. If it ever comes down to me selling, if there's anything else on here. Yeah, this box must have been jostled around quite a bit. I'm going to get some water here. I don't know about you guys, but Arcade1Up lately hasn't been very open or generous about replacing parts. I've dealt with them on a couple of occasions since new management took over. And whereas they used to be very generous with parts replacement, they're not so much anymore. There's the Burgertime marquee. Let's look for damage. I don't see any. Marquee looks fine. Okay, that's good. I'm going to use whatever space I have to put components. This should be the riser. Yeah, my Pac-Man XL over there, that had some cosmetic damage to one of the side panels. And yeah, I probably could have boxed it up and taken it back to Costco. But I tried dealing with Arcade1Up on it, and Arcade1Up first said that they weren't going to do anything about it. And then I put up a stink and I said, listen, folks, I buy so many cabs from you every year. I mean, you're seriously going to consider it acceptable that some of these things have damage to them and not try to, make it right with the customer? And after I put up that stink, they agreed to put me on a list for a replacement side panel. So eventually, I hope to get I still have a ticket open with them for that, but meantime, it's playable. One thing they sure do is do a heck of a job shrink wrapping it. I appreciate everybody dropping by. I didn't know or expect anybody to jump in. I just use live streams to basically record my progress. And if anybody joins and watches, great. Like I said, I'm not a full-time YouTuber. So the H panel with the serial number, built in December of 2019, right before COVID. Yeah. K panel, that looks good. Got your K panel or K boards. That's going to be the real test when I put these K boards on, because one of them is going to go in the damaged spot. So when I get to that step, then I'm really going to know if what I did to shore that up is going to actually be decent enough. I also kind of watched 19K Fox's repair video on his Pac-Man XL after it took damage from Cleveland. RQ, RP. So I don't know about you guys, but I'm in the habit of building the riser first. I like to have the riser done. So the riser is the first thing that I do. And then I move on to the cabinet, because I just want to have something to set the cabinet on when I'm done with it. So it just made sense. Burgertime, one of the side panels for the riser. It's pretty. I love the artwork on this cabinet. It's really beautiful. The other side panel, equally as beautiful because it's the same basically. That's the back panel. And then we have the front panel. And there's the front panel. I'm going to see if Tulsa Arcades has a lit version of this. I might replace it, make it a little bit better. I know P-Dub says he doesn't like those, but I do. I like them. I have them on a couple of my cabinets. I have Tulsa Arcade LED riser panels on Joust and on Tron. Let me take a look at the live chat, see if there's anything else I need to respond to. All right, so everything's unboxed. Yeah. As far as the monitor goes, I like to. I saw this in a YouTube video too. One of the things that YouTube has been good for. I like to unscrew all the screws before I even put it in the cabinet. I'll unscrew all the screws and then I'll peel back the protective tape. So, because what happens is when you try to pull that protective plastic off, some of it will get stuck behind the screws and it's just ugly as sin. So I just take it off. All right. I can't believe I have to refer to the documentation for this stuff, but I will. Need scissors. One of the things I want to do, I have another week vacation coming up for Christmas. And I would like to go through my parts and organize them a little bit better, because with some of the mods that I've done, I've still got parts. I do have a monitor replacement for the Joust cab, but I have to take the Joust cab apart. And the monitor that I bought, which is supposed to be a 1715S, a Dell 1715, it says that it's what's that bad monitor called again? The TN monitor? Yeah. It says it's another TN monitor. I don't think I have the right monitor to replace that. So I was going to ask Fox if that is. I do believe somebody said that earlier generations of TN monitors were good. It's the later ones that Arcade1Up used that weren't. So we'll see. That's another mod project I have, is the Joust. That monitor is terrible. I swear, when you look at Joust, it's so washed out, it's ridiculous. One more chat before I get into it here. All right. Okay, so dowels are in. So we get the dowels in. Do the dowels. Uh-oh. See, one of those dowels is too long. I hope I'm not going to have a problem with that, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. Same thing there. It's almost like that machine that cut these holes didn't go deep enough. I've had to cut dowels before because of this same issue. RP. Again, let me know in the live chat what you bought this year, especially during the holiday season. Other RP. All right. RP and RP. This is where I get tripped up. When you do this, you got to make sure when you build the risers, you got to make, because I learned this lesson in my second cabinet build, which was the Atari Legacy. I got the screw holes. When I built the riser, I put the screw holes were on the bottom. And I'm like, I got to flip these around, and I had to take the whole thing apart. And I had to reassemble it. What a mess. All right, RN. Okay. And then I need screws. A lot of people use drills. I used to use drills early on, and then I had a couple of issues with it. So I consider this part of my workout regimen. Yeah, see, I got deep in there, and then it started to sink in, and I don't like that. So I do them by hand. And yeah, it's a workout, but I'd rather have more control over seating these screws. But if I feel like it's sinking too deep, and I don't get any, I'll see this one I'm getting resistance, which is good. Good. Yeah, all right. Take the chair. Oh, Marvel Pinball, awesome. That's one I might consider getting if the price dropped far enough. Yeah, I have the Team Encoder mod, but I would love to get that just for the artwork. And just to add it to my pinball row. I'm trying to remember how much I paid for my Star Wars pinball. Where did I get it from? I think I got it from, I want to say Sam's. No, not Sam's Club. Where did I get it? remember. I got a deal on it though. It was discounted heavily. I think it was like in the high 300s range, and I couldn't pass it up. I keep a spreadsheet of all my arcade purchases, big ticket items like cabinets or pinballs and countercades, and now I'm really getting into the replicades, the 1/4 and the 1/6 scale. I have two New Wave toys. I have the Dragon's Lair and the Space Ace, which I have not unboxed yet. They're still sitting in the boxes. And I have the oh, this is so laughable. I've got the Arcade1Up Pac-Man Collectorcade, which is just, I did unbox that one and I played with it, and I'm like, this is not the original ROM. They did not, they modified the original ROM. This is weird. Why doesn't this line up? Am I using the wrong panel? Yes, I am. See why I read the documentation? Because I suck sometimes and I'm doing this from memory. I know Big Hong likes to do it from memory a lot. But... Get back in there. And yeah, I did get a workout. Ooh. I've been a fan of Arcade1Up for quite some time. I know there's a lot of people that complain about their stuff, and rightfully so. I mean, I feel like they could do some things in shipping and packing these things. Like, I think the side panel should be in the middle of the box. You know, if you're going to risk getting damage, I would do a little bit. It doesn't have to be much, but enough to protect it in case of a penetration into the box. I would like to see some packaging redesign. Don't put the side panels on one side of the box that if it gets penetrated, you're going to have damage. I generally think overall, everything's packed really well. It's just the arrangement of the packing, the Tetrising of the contents of the package. I don't know if they do as good a job as they could. But I am a fan of Arcade1Up. I was a really good fan, you know, in the early days when they really strove to provide great customer service. Okay. RO and RN, so the front and the back. wrong screw. I will say that if you're going to go the manual route with these screws, you got to get one of these ratchet screwdrivers. Makes it so much easier. Oh, I have one other thing, one other arcade item from Game. I have the Games Mini. I bought that one when it was on sale at Sam's Club. I don't think I'll be buying a lot from Sam's Club this year unless they get an Arcade1Up cabinet super cheap. But if you look at their website, they only have like 2 cabinets now. I think one of them is Blitz. I'm not sure. Unless they have a fire sale. I already have all of that game products except for the 4K pinball. I don't have the Gamer Pro or Gamer Pro Mini. I don't have those, but I do have the big 3. I've got the Legends Ultimate, I've got the Legends Pinball, and then the Legends Mini. All right, last but not least. The front. Of the riser. Yeah. I love this little screwdriver. I actually lost my original one and I had to go buy another one. It's a Milwaukee Tools ratchet screwdriver, and it's got several bits that you can use that are a part of the handle. But it was built here in Milwaukee, in the Milwaukee area, you know. Packing booger. I've generally gotten my standard 1-up builds down to an hour and a half. Like the T2 took me, I think, 2 hours because I just took my time with it because it was a different form factor. I'm going to make sure I got it right. Now, could I expand this arcade into another area of my basement? Yeah, I could. But I'd like to work with what I have for now. I'm basically going to add, the 2 that I have coming are going to go behind this T2 and I'll move T2 out further out. So I'm going to lose some build space. I might have to build these somewhere else after I start expanding, but I could go that way in my arcade. And I don't know if you've seen my previous videos, but where I described how I built this arcade. This is not a finished basement, and a lot of people can't afford to do a finished basement. I can't right now, so I basically put up partition walls, which were cheap enough for me on Amazon, and I surrounded an area or cordoned off a section of the area from my arcade. All right, so the riser, we need to do the two pieces that sit on top. And these I also screwed up once. I've got extra screws. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, four. Oh, got one extra screw. I see what this is. Yeah, I'm not screwing into the side of the cabinet. Nope. Yeah, it's a nice unfinished basement. I used the back part of the basement as a workshop area, and I used to be big into Christmas decorations, and then this hobby took hold. So I do still decorate for Christmas, but not on the level that I used to. I used to do synchronized shows to music, and I sold all that stuff to fund this hobby. So this hobby's much warmer than the one outside when you're setting up for Christmas and it's already cold up here in Wisconsin. Yeah. Then you got to maintain that stuff so bulbs burn out or a squirrel eats through a wire or that kind of thing. But this hobby's much warmer. It does get cool down in this basement, but I have a space heater that I occasionally run that does the job of keeping it a little warm. I do want to get some blackout curtains for the back wall to black out that one window. And I'd like to get it custom so it had like arcade artwork on it. I saw one in P-Dub's video yesterday, and it was pretty sharp looking. It had like an arcade print on it. Oh, that's the spot. All right, the riser is done. So, looks great. Set it off to the side here. All right, now on to the fun stuff. I don't need these two. Let's put those over here for now. Documentation. Espanol, don't need that. English owner's manual, warranty. Yeah. And Spanish version. Right. Assembly instructions. As in the previous, we start with the G panel. Yep, the real meat of the build, you're right. I typically don't put this blanket down when I do my builds. I am in this case because of the trying to be as careful with the artwork as possible. Plus, you know, when I do a stream, I think the light bounces off of the blanket a little better. Kind of makes things stands out a little better. So, am I expert in videography? No. Or streaming. Like I said, there are experts, far better experts in the field than I. All right, I need D. And I'm going to need screws. Here for now. Also, I don't think I ever talked about it, but I have this Miss Pac-Man countercade that I actually physically modded. There's a Raspberry Pi in it with this, I believe it's the Scoonie image, vertical image. I put more buttons in it. That one I might take to work too, but the marble should be fine. D, which one's D? That would be the one that's not thoroughly damaged. That's good. I didn't want to start with the damaged one. Let's hope it. That's the back. Whoops. Everybody awake? This shouldn't be that hard. All right, stay. Have you ever had during a build one of those? What do they call them? You know, they're the holes that accept the screws. When the sometimes these will be out of alignment, and so you can't get the screw in. I've had that happen when I put the control panel in before. I'm so frustrated trying to get the screw in. I'm like, I got to take this thing apart and adjust that stupid thing. For the most part, they're all lined up, and you don't have a problem with it. But KK and L. Let's put some gals in them. 2 on each. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right, that's done. All right, the 2 Ks are in the lower section. Huh? Oh, duh. Screw. So, I talked about this before, but in the interest of having content, something to talk about. I got into this hobby in 2021, towards the tail end of COVID, really. Started with the Pac-Man Legacy. I had seen Arcade1Ups in the store, and I never really took them serious. I'm kind of regretting that because I would have loved to have some of the earlier generation cabinets. I realized they had a whole bunch of problems with being earlier builds. But I would have really loved to get my hands on a Space Invaders, even though I'm told that it's really crappy anyway. That's the artwork I'm actually getting for the T2, by the way. I'm turning the T2 into a Space Invaders cabinet. I realize it's not the same form factor. I don't think you're ever going to totally replicate the form factor. I am going to buy the Numbskull Space Invaders 1/4. Just a couple weeks ago, I bought the 1/4 Dig Dug, which I haven't unboxed yet. I'm saving that for a live stream too, so I'll probably set that up and get it out of the box. And I'm chomping at the bit, really, because Dig Dug is one of my games. Yeah. Careful force is correct. And again, I'm not the most patient guy. This would probably go quicker if I did use a power drill, but I just don't want to risk it. Come on, get in there. All right, those are in. Now it wants me to work on the monitor. All right. We'll do that over here. Ooh, don't bump the monitor. These. And I need the C screws. These are kind of tedious putting into. Kind of my least favorite part. But over time, I'm finding I'm getting better at it, so. Got it. All right. I find the key to keeping your sanity and building these things is to not over tighten. It's one of the most important things you can remember about putting these things together. As long as it's tight enough to hold the thing together, you don't need to go to town on it, because if you do that, you wind up stripping things out. Key to it again is patience. Something I'm learning. I spent some time down here yesterday, a little bit, just getting set up for this build today, and I'm like, how do I put this table? I need a good camera angle on the table, because again, I don't stream very often, and I keep these two cameras in just to get different views, vantage points of the arcade. And what I found too is you gotta have a good camera, because I had some 1080p cameras, but they're Logitech, but they weren't. The picture quality on them was horrible. What I found I needed is a low light camera, and the C922s, the Logitech C922s handle low light a hell of a lot better than the previous cameras I had. And I am a bit of an amateur photographer, so I know how important light is. I don't have the greatest light in here. I have some LED bulbs that can change color. I could make these blue if I want to kind of get a little bit of a blue effect in the game room. But so it's not the best light for broadcasting. I do have some light sources that I could use, ring lights and stuff like that, but that all takes time to set up, it really does. So if you're serious about streaming, monetizing on YouTube and all that stuff, which I am nowhere near as being in a position to monetize. I tell you what was fascinating to watch for me is the coming up of Cornercade. Oh my goodness, watching where they started, and they just started like a year ago, a little over a year ago, where they've come, and they're in my area too. They live south of here. I don't know exactly where they live, but I know the general area, and I think they live on the south side of Milwaukee. And, so they're about an hour, I think, away, hour and a half, maybe, from where I live. And I'm just shocked and amazed at how quickly they've put things together. They've gotten streaming equipment, they got cameras, they got a new laptop. They've put together some nice shows. I like watching their, they put together long streams, but I tell you, when you're doing a 3-hour workout in a gym, that's nice stuff to have in the background while you're working out. And I love his enthusiasm for Arcade1Up. I really do. All right, so I've got my brackets on. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to take care of the plastic. This is not in the instructions, but I got to tell you, it'll save you a lot of frustrations. And I only do like 2 or 3 turns on each screw. I don't take the screws off. Because that's enough that you can pull the plastic off from around the screw. Did I do that one already? No. All right. So then you just carefully, pull the plastic from around the screws. I don't pull it completely off yet. I just get it to a point where when it comes time to ripping it off, I don't have to worry about the screws. Oh, wait a minute. Whoa. Guys, that was not a crack in the bezel. That was just a lip in the protective plastic. The bezel is fine. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, the bezel is fine right here. Big sigh of relief. Oh man, I tell you, we take our wins when we can get them, right? This cabinet has been and again, don't over tighten anything around plexiglass because you'll crack the plexiglass. I learned that lesson on my Star Wars cabinet. I cracked the plexi, and that was during a time when Arcade1Up was generous about their spare parts. They sent me a new plastic cover for the Star Wars. But you over tighten these things and you will crack the plexi. Again, you don't need a whole lot to hold these things on. Just enough to get the job done. You gotta take care of these things. Because when I die, and my gal is saddled with selling all these damn things, I want them in the best condition possible. And I have, like I mentioned earlier, I have a spreadsheet that I list everything. I list how much I paid for it, if I sold it, who I sold it to, and how much. And I sum all of the columns together so I know how much I paid and then how much I got back in return. I won't say how much I paid. Again, this is a hobby, right? Hobbies cost money, depending on the hobby, of course. All right, so we've got the monitor prep done. Now it wants me to reorientate the cabinet. and seat the monitor in. So this is why I have the blanket. All right. All right. Monitor. As you can see, I don't have very much room to work here. And with me adding 2 more cabinets, it's only going to get worse. I'll just have to, do the arcade shuffle. Okay, screws. Like I said, this is the most annoying part of this entire process, dealing with the monitor. This will be easier not reaching over. At this point that I like to start undoing the tape, getting the cables routed where I want them to go. I haven't put together the marquee yet. That's next. All right, marquee. So I need the audio board and I need the marquee. Just going to turn this around for a better vantage. All right, marquee. Oh, I hate these. These little angled. Getting the angles to line up. I don't think I've never assembled a Gen 1 cabinet. I don't know what generation this is considered. I think this is like Gen 2. All right, dowels. Dowel. Dowel there. Dowel there. And we have to put the brackets on. Can't really see that hole. Sometimes you have to, the holes don't line up and you have to get the screws started. Get them started first. And this one's going in a little sideways. I put that upside down. Seriously? No wonder it didn't fit right. It's not like I haven't done this before, right, gentlemen? I like to put LED lights on the back of my cabinets too. I don't know if I'll do it to this one right now because it's in the middle and the LED lights don't really have anything to bounce off of. Simpsons used to be against the wall. That's why it has. But in the middle, those cabinets don't have anything to bounce off of, so I'll hold off on the newer cabs until I decide what to do. I'm kind of thinking about moving that TV out and putting, I can fit 2 more cabs there, you know. I considered making that my XL row. Wow, 1 hour and 43 minutes I've been on this stream. All right. Whew. So attach B to M. Oh, these screw holes don't line up. All right. Marquee time. Oh, that was too easy. You may need to pull this plastic down a little more. Just to clear it from sound. All right. H panel. Oh, again, this is a good stopping point to undo your wires, get them run where they need to go. So this is sound. I always go ahead and just do it because I know it's like the last step of the whole process is putting the wires in, but why not just do it? Well, you got access, easier access to it. So this is the marquee light. And then the H panel. Which slides right into the marquee. All right, each panel is in. I was kind of wondering if the cabinet number was part of the serial number, and it's not. All right, moment of truth. I can't put those in yet unless the. Oh, okay. So the front panel you don't put in until the kick plate you don't put in until the end. Interesting. All right, so we're ready for the E panel. Let's take a drink. Oh, yeah. All right, moment of truth, damaged panel. I really do need to take a dust cloth to this thing. Again, the damage is right here. And here's where a low light situation does not help. Oh no. You know what I forgot? I forgot to count. I need my flashlight. Another tool for these builds, and especially in low light situations. Flashlight. All right, so it's seating. That's good. Where is the hole? I'm off. That's good. That's good. That's in. The damage section is in. Oh, that's not right. There we go. That's in. Oh, that's just going in too easy. Wow. Oh, really? I can't believe I did that. I reversed one of the monitor brackets. Why didn't one of you stop me? This is where my headlamp would come in handy. Being a runner, I have a headlamp for night running. Stupid, stupid, stupid. This is so awkward. Might be easier just to do it after the fact, yeah. I'll just do that. Don't worry about getting the side panel on for now. All right. Yes. Screw goes right in. The hole I made is still good. All right, I'm stopping there. It's good enough. When I put these side panel screws, once I get it seated to where it needs to go, this, by the way, is one of the easiest ones I've done. I like to work from the bottom up, just to get things where they need to go. I'm really going to have to take a dust cloth for this thing. screws on the panel are in. I'm assuming one of them is for the marquee on the other side, and the other 4 for the control panel. All right. Now it wants me to stand this thing up. All right, this is going to take a little work. And this right now. All right, so let me get this picked up. I'm really happy that that side panel went on okay. Really happy. I'll take this down. Do need to run a vacuum in here though. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I must have been disconnected. Huh. All right. I lost my screen for a minute. Well, I do have Comcast for internet, so there's that. This is going to be seriously awkward because I did this wrong. You can see, well, I don't know if you can. No, you can't. I'll take a picture of this later, I guess, and post it, but you can see where the damage was. This is a good view of the damage and how it impacted cabinet build. So I'll post that later. If I had an opportunity to buy a space, I did have an opportunity. Somebody had modded a Space Invaders with a riser. It had riser art and everything. I would have picked that up in a heartbeat if I had the cash on hand, and I didn't. So if I get an opportunity to buy a Space Invaders like that, I might just jump on it. Where are my holes? Nowhere near where they need to be. This is what happens when you screw up one of these brackets. Wind up messing around with them until you get the hole. What the hell? See, not the most patient guy in the world. I need somebody to hold the light for me. All right, now we're good. Man, that was frustrating. All right, 2 more screws. Whew. Wave 2, wave 3, or 4. I don't know. If I could get an asteroids cabinet, I'd probably get one. Kind of holding out to see if they come out with an XL or a Deluxe. Asteroids, Space Invaders. I already have a Golden Tee 3D XL, so I don't need Golden Tee. I had the Legacy and I had the Miss Pac-Man, but I'm getting the Class of '81. So my thinking is I'll just get the If they come out with a Miss Pac-Man XL, which I'm pretty sure they will, I'll probably sell the class of 81 and then wait for a Galaga XL, because that's coming at some point. I mean, that's my opinion. All right, all the screws are in now. Kick panel, I love this, the kick panel going in after you put the side panels on. That's awesome. And then I assume the J panel. Awesome. J panel in. I have the Defender Partycade. You can probably see it on the video there, but would I get the Defender 3 scale? It doesn't have the button layout, and you could probably correct that through one of the third-party providers. All right, we're going to take the protective plastic off the bezel. Pretty. And now the control panel. Too much gum on that too. Yes, sticky. All right. Let's get the plastic. This step I hate. Sometimes it comes off easy. Sometimes it takes you a half hour to get it off. Oh. Maybe my nails are just rough enough to get at it. Come on. No more pleasing sound. Did you hear that rip? Wow, only one connection. Nice. All right, screws. Right here, there's some damage to the side panel, but it didn't break the artwork. It's kind of noticeable up close, but it's livable. I'm just going to say this cabinet has a lot of character. A little rough. Again, do not over tighten the screws. Learn that in the hard way. All right. Let's see, maybe a bit of the gap between the control panel and the monitor. Oh well. I mean, it's not. All right. Did that. Now we need. Make sure I put these on right. Now, a lot of people out there like to put Loctite on these to keep them from coming undone. I don't like to do that. I like, if I'm going to have to take this apart for whatever reason, I don't want to be able. So I'll show you what I do. Use a wrench. I don't know about you, but I'm getting hungry. It's lunchtime. So, I like to tighten these. With a nice little wrench. I'll use that to grip the joystick and just not too much, just tighten it. Just enough so the ball won't move. So that's done. Power. We need the panel. in place. Already got my sound and my marquee. This might be the tricky part because of the damaged panel. So yeah. Yep. All right, that wasn't too bad. Stay. Yeah, really, if this thing doesn't power on, I'll be kind of upset. I'm only going to do one of these screws because I want to take the panel off later. Just to keep the panel on. I'm going to take the panel off and take some additional pictures of the damaged area and with the assembled cabinet. All right. Leave these screws for later. Now I have some glare, so I'm going to turn off. If I can get to it. Turn off the arcade lights. All right. Moment of truth. Here we go. Here we go. You know, it helps to plug this thing in. Oh, geez. I swear, if my head wasn't screwed on. This is live TV. What do you expect? All right, now we're ready. Here we go. Nothing. Oh man, I don't know why I'm acting like a rookie today. You got to plug the damn thing into the cabinet. Sorry, stream. I'm acting like a complete rookie today. There we go. Marquee is lit. Loading. Wow, that audio is kind of low. It's. I don't know. That's just the fact of these earlier cabinets, but it just seemed kind of low. So we have Burger Time, Karate Champ. I realize the lighting isn't that great. Let's see if I can adjust the filters a little bit. Chroma key. No, that's not helping. I don't know how I could get that picture better. You know what? Let's try something else. Stop my hyperlapse video. Phone out. Wireless. Let's see if we can get it closer for set up another camera source here. See if I can get this to work. That's much better. Close. There we go. Okay, so that's my cell phone basically. I'm using as a video source. That's a much better picture. All right. So we have Burger Time, Karate Champ, Caveman Ninja, never played that one before. Bad Dudes I've had a little bit of experience with, but the two main games that I've played are Burger Time and Karate Champ. Standard startup. Ooh, screen looks a little rough. I wonder if I can turn on. Do I have an audio source in here? No, I don't. There we go. There we go. Now I got audio. The controls are okay. I wonder if you can adjust. Well, I wonder what settings are available to us in Burger Time. No settings. So this is like the 40th Pac-Man, where you can't change anything. You can reset the game if you hold player 2. But there are no game settings. You can't turn smoothing on or. Let's go to Karate Champ. My moves are a little rusty. Good. Emulation appears pretty on point with Karate Champ. I'm pretty happy about that. Because some of the emulations I have, like in MAME and other. Oh, that sucked. I used to be really good at this game because I played it so much at my employer. Yay, I won. I got to get my moves back in memory. Oh. Oh. Well, that sucked. I would like to do the 2-player. I have to get my gal down here later. I have to do 2-player. Let's check out Caveman Ninja. Data East. The marquee is a little washed out. I would like to replace that marquee if I could. Get one of Joe's Eagles. I'll have to look on his website, see if he still has the sale going on this weekend. This looks like a console game. Oh, this is a cute little game. Oh, I've played this before. Oh. I suppose you have to jump over those. I've played this once before, I think. I have no idea how to play this game. Oh, Joe and Matt. All right, so that's Caveman Ninja, which I suck at and probably need to spend more time with. Bad Dudes. Bad Dudes I've played. Action Jump. Okay. This looks like another console game. Oh, I have played this, yeah. Ooh, don't step on those. Come on, dude. Oh, big guy. Big fat guy. Oh, how do you beat this dude? Oh, game over. Yeah. So overall, I'm pretty, other than the sharpness of the Burgertime, I wish I could adjust that, but beautiful cabinet. Yeah. Good addition to the arcade. I'm gonna turn the light on here. All right. Oh, I'm beat. This stream has been going on for 2.5 hours. Some of it me just talking. Oh, I got an extra screw. I don't know where that came from. Oh, yeah. So, Gotham, I appreciate you sticking around with me through it all. There's 3 people watching. I don't know who that is, but I suppose I should probably figure out. Well, now that I got this camera source going, so let me do a little bit more close up. All right, so this is the damaged area. Okay, now I don't know if you saw the original pictures, but it was pot mark. I mean, a lot was stripped away. I mean, you're down to the wood, and pieces were broken off, and so what I basically, like I said, I described, I glued, I put some wood glue in there to solidify things a little bit, harden things up. Then I put the Bondo on, and then I sanded the Bondo down, and you could see there was deep, and I didn't do it the best. It's my first time using Bondo, so sanded it down, taped it off, and then I painted it. So the one key thing was that screw hole that held in one of the K boards. Just wanted to make sure that that was good to go. So where's my screwdriver? So I'm gonna take the panel off here. You can kind of see the damage where the T-molding is ripped away. That I cut off because I screwed up with the super glue. Now I'm going to use hot glue if I ever get a piece back. All right, so this is the damaged section right here. And you can see the focus. You can kind of see right around where that screw hole is, there's a split in the back of the panel. And indeed, if you look at the panel itself, it kind of started splitting on the back side, not on the front side, but on the back side. It started splitting right there. So I had to be careful in reassembling this. And I didn't much care about the cosmetics of the backside, so I didn't really try to finish that off or anything. I left the painter's tape on there. Maybe I'll just do that. I'll just leave it. But that's the damage. Anyway, you got the streaming setup here. There's my Space Ace and Dragon's Lair, which I haven't unboxed yet. There's my Arcade1Up Collectorcade, which I don't know. I might give that away. Down there, I have a Dig Dug from Numbskull and my Marvel. This is my pinball with the Metallica artwork. That's my At Games pinball. Then Star Wars, the Star Wars cab, my Pac-Man XL, my Terminator, Simpsons. That's the box. I'll show you the damage to the box. So yeah, the Defender Partycade, I'll never part with that. That's going to be with me till the day I die because it has an accurate button placement for Defender. Got my At Games Legends running CoinOps X right now. I got my NFL Blitz that I modded with the 2-player panel. I need to do a repair on that though. The power button and volume button is coming loose because the screw holes weren't. They're kind of stripped out right now because of the placement of them on the other side of the panel, so I need to glue that down. Got my Ridge Racer. That's a mod as well. I didn't mention that earlier, but that's a Buy Stuff Arcade mod. My Golden TXL. My TV. Get my Pong head-to-head with the Pong chairs. There's my Tron. And again, you can see the riser panel LED mod from Tulsa Arcades. I did replace the kick panel artwork. And then there's the S panel mod right there with the MCP video running. I have my Tempest Atari Legacy with the Josebo replaced marquee. Some artwork. I got an autographed photo of Kathleen Mary Stewart from Night of the Comet. If you remember in that movie, she played Tempest. I Dig Dug. There's another view of The Simpsons. That's modded. I did a soft mod to that. Joust. Again, this monitor sucks. I need to replace that. And then I'm circling back around. So. That's the state of the arcade. It's kind of a mess right now with all of the Burger Time activity. What I'm going to flip that Simpsons around right here. And then I'm going to put Burger Time where Simpsons is right now. So, yeah. Anyway. Let me go back to desk. Turn off NDI. Turn off that app. Okay. So it's lunchtime now. I'm starving. I've been down here for 3 hours, just about. And I'm ready to go eat. So I appreciate everybody who hopped onto the stream. Gotham, I appreciate you. Retro, Moflo, appreciate both of you guys. I don't know who else is in the stream watching. I'm not that technically adept yet at working. I'm streaming wise, I'm working with OBS. I'm working right now with StreamYard. I've played around with Restream. I don't know which one's better. I don't know which one I should go with if I decide to start paying for it. All right. As you can see, I've got the little powered by StreamYard thing still. So I haven't decided which one to subscribe to. I don't know which one's better. Ease of use, I think StreamYard's better. Restream's probably a little bit harder. But anyway, I appreciate you guys. If you like what you saw, or please hit the like and subscribe button. I'm a small channel, but I hope to put some content out there that people like to watch and reference and go back to. But yeah, it's Cyber Monday. So if you come across a deal, let me know about it. Some of these deals are happening by the hour, I understand. So have a good Cyber Monday, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.